Sarah coming to you from Filda House with our Life Skills series, where we talk to you about how you actually can have the skill sets to do life well and to do it so that you are actually utilizing your resources well, that as limited as they may be, because you're in college or you just got out of college and you have tons of bills, you have debt. How do you actually do this life and how do you actually do it well? Today we're actually going to talk about the 5 top food tips for these life skills. How do you actually approach food? How do you utilize your food well? And you're thinking, why is this such a big deal? Well, food is a huge part of life. You're eating all the time. You're eating 21 meals a week with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And maybe you even have some dessert, which adds the meals that you're actually eating. So how do you actually approach this in a way that you're not going to bust the budget? You also have the opportunity to not waste the food, and you're going to utilize your resources well, so you have money at the end of the month to go towards that debt and to also do some fun things of serving others and blessing others with those resources. So we're going to come to you today with 5 tips. Then we're going to go into separate videos on how to actually accomplish these 5 tips. So today it's just introducing you to some of these ideas and getting you used to these thoughts of how to actually approach food from a thoughtful, purposeful way. So the first tip is meal planning. This is a simple way to actually approach how you're utilizing the food you're buying and how to look at what your week is holding and when you actually need to have full-on meals, or when you can eat some leftovers, or when you can have simple meals, or when you may be having guests over. So it's a way to look at your week, plan out what you're actually going to eat throughout that week, and then put together a list and go to the grocery store and buy that food. The second tip is to prep your food. So what does that mean? Well, it means you might be prepping your food for the entire week, cutting up your vegetables so you actually have really easy snacks to go to in your refrigerator, as well as putting together the food for each of your meals so it's really easy to put together your meals, as well as snack prep. Snack prep is huge, especially when you have a busy life. You're trying to grab something to put into your lunchbox or into in the evening when you come home from work, you want to grab an easy snack instead of eating the entire bag of chips. Not that I've ever done that before, but if you might be tempted to eat the entire bag of chips, putting together small snack size portions of those snacks you purchased so you can easily grab it and go. The third tip is to know your substitutions. What does that mean? It means like when you're actually doing some baking, you're on the weekend and you have your Saturday time where you actually can put together some muffins for the week ahead, and you look at the recipe and it says you need buttermilk. And you're like, I don't have buttermilk. Well, instead of running to the grocery store and buying that buttermilk, wasting your time, wasting gas, as well as probably picking up some ice cream while you're at the grocery store, you know how to make the substitution in your home with the food that you already have purchased. So you need to know your substitutions. Fourth is do not throw it out. And you're like, but Sarah, it's spoiled. I need to throw it out. Well, yes, if food is spoiled, throw away your food. But there's a lot of different things that we throw away that we actually can be using, such as orange rinds or the little bits of carrot and celery that you've cut off when you're prepping your food. These things actually can be utilized in productive and meaningful ways, and come back later and we'll have an entire video dedicated to that. The fifth is buying your food. And you're like, you go to the grocery store, that's how you buy your food. Right, I know. But there's tips of how you actually can do that well and in a meaningful way and actually do it so you're saving yourself time as well as money. And there's many different ways you can do this. Several of them are really simple. Utilizing your phone. Most of the grocery stores in your area are going to have apps that have the flyers for the week showing you what food's on sale, as well as such resources as Ibotta, which I'm going to be providing a link below on how to use Ibotta, and that can save you some money, as well as Cartwheel from Target, another link below for you to use, and different sites that you can use, like coupons.com, that you can get coupons and save yourself some money. Also, when you're going and buying food, you go to the grocery store, you look at the sign, it says sale on Lay's chips. And you think, this is great, they're 50 cents off. Not thinking that actually a couple sections down, there's chips for the store brand that are even cheaper than that sale that is going on. So you need to think about how you actually are approaching buying your food. And again, this takes some time to learn how to do, but we're going to help you out in helping you learn those life skills so you don't have to take an entire year to figure all of this out. You can watch some of these videos and start interacting with us, asking questions, and figuring out how to do your food life, which granted, I love food, so it is food life, and how to do this well and meaningful. So again, 5 tips that we talked about today: meal planning, prepping that food, knowing your substitutions, don't throw away your food if you can utilize it, and knowing how to buy your food. So these are the 5 tips of the day of how the life skills that you need to know when approaching food. Again, this is Sarah, and thank you for joining us at Filda House. Come back, share your experiences on how you have found to approach good food buying and utilization, and we'll see you soon.